We made it. It's Thursday. It's a beautiful day outside. Thank you for attending the State of the City luncheon. It's a big deal for us. I think there's a lot of information. Mostly we joke and say that you only have an hour, but I think Dawn literally has a half hour. So she's going to talk to you a lot. But there's so much going on, and I look around the room, and it's just amazing that all the people that are here. So the number one thing to take away is, for me, just thanks for showing up today. But today's a celebration of our collective effort to build this community. It's impressive. It's everybody is in all the time, and it makes our job a lot of fun. The other thing is, I hope when you leave today that you can take away the spirit and the pride and the inspiration that comes with everything that you've done, and continue to do it, because it's the beginning, it's not the end. It definitely feels like it could be the middle, but if it is the middle, we're at 150 years, so there's a nice century waiting for us on the back end. So,
I'm Dawn McNay, currently serving as the mayor for Pittsburg. And on behalf of the commissioners of Pittsburg, we welcome you here, and it's a full house, which is very gratifying to see. I'd like to make sure we recognize the other commissioners. Commissioner Height and Commissioner Sigley are here, and Commissioner Brooks and Munsell could not join us today. I'm going to ask you to stay with me. I've got a lot of information today, and it's important that you hear it all. So I'm glad you're here. This afternoon, we will highlight our city's achievements over the past year, celebrate the partnerships that propel our community forward, and showcase the vital investments that continue to make progress possible. As we part today, I am confident that we will agree that Pittsburgh stands as a shining example of resilience, fueled by unshakable entrepreneurial spirit and a community whose compassion and empathy set it apart. It's just not a city on a map. It's a testament to what's possible when people come together with purpose and heart and putting the pieces together for a brighter future. The strength of any city lies in how safe our citizens feel. That safety begins with our first responders and the programs that support our community. Did you know our police department has over 70 staff members, with 48 of those being sworn officers? In 2023, our community renewed the public safety sales tax, and this past year, those funds were used to install in-car cameras, update our cell phone forensic system, and purchase license plate cameras. These technologies support our real-time information safety center, which is transforming public safety. They provide our officers with instant access to live videos, data, and analytics, enabling them to respond faster, stay safer, and solve crimes more efficiently. These centers also help manage emergencies, traffic, large events, making our city smarter, safer, and more connected. The Pittsburgh Police Department received a generous donation of a Polaris 6-seat utility task vehicle, which the commissioners are all waiting for our ride, enhancing its ability to access areas beyond the reach of a traditional patrol car. The new addition will allow the department to extend its operational coverage wherever needed. To ensure the integrity of our parks, a night park security officer position was established in the Parks and Recs Department. And this position was invaluable last winter when the Meadowside Baptist Church established an overnight Code Blue shelter. And we know that dark areas within our city can lend themselves to crime. The city is currently reviewing neighborhoods to determine where lighting improvements are needed. And over the next few years, there is a plan to enhance street lighting as part of our ongoing commitment to public safety. Our fire department consists of 34 staff members with 4 new firefighters. Replacing aging equipment is also possible with funds from the public safety sales tax. This past year, the fire department approved purchase of a new aerial apparatus, several pieces of equipment purchased through Homeland Security. We expanded EMS service response with Medical Director Dr. Tim Stebbins. They assisted with water rescue incidences across the region, including Labette, Bourbon, and Woodson counties, and was able to assist with a major structure fire in Lamar, Missouri. The fire department is on track to respond to more than 2,300 calls this year, 14 actual structure fires to date within the city, which one of them included saving a trapped occupant. The fire department had its first major live fire training in the burn facility. This facility now is regularly used to ensure that all our firefighters are well trained, along with the opportunity for them to attend trainings across the state. Many of you know the Response Advocate Program, a partnership between the police department and the Family Resource Center. Advocates support families in crisis to help prevent involvement with the police department or DCF. Over the past year, the Advocates and Fire Department launched a program that supplies essential items to individuals displaced by fire, bridging the gap until Red Cross can step in. And we want to thank Riggs Chiropractic for a generous donation that kicked that program off. You want to talk trash? I'd love to talk trash. Being free from trash buildup is part of public safety. The city trash service was 1 year old in September. To date, the city has 3,200 weekly pickups. The city trash service offers our citizens a choice. We average 100 new customers a month, and the program has grown to the point that an additional trash truck was purchased this summer. It is worth noting that trash service was reviewed by the Commission Workday in May of 2024 and officially launched in September 2024. Sometimes we can move at the speed of light. We anticipate the program being in the black sometime next February. And if you see our staff on the trucks, give them a heads up, a thumbs up, heads up, hand high five, because they have implemented a quality program. One of the questions we should ask ourselves is, how has our city responded to our homeless population? In September 2023, former city prosecutor John Mazurek, Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas, and Crawford County Community Mental Health came together and launched an initiative to support individuals facing court charges due to homelessness, poverty, or just a lack of a support system of any kind. At the discretion of the city prosecutor, an individual can be referred to the Pittsburgh Pathways to Hope program. Individuals work with staff at either or both Community Health and Crawford County Mental Health to address the barriers that prevent consistent shelter. If they are successful at the end of 90 days, their charges will be dismissed. Over the 24 months, 73 individuals have been referred to the program, and 48 of those have opted to participate. 36 of the 48 have successfully had their charges dismissed, with some of the 48 still in the program. So what does success look like? An example is an individual who was referred to the program. Through the support of our partner agencies' staff, they were able to get dental work done after suffering years of dental pain. With support staff, they completed a HUD application. This individual was able to get a new apartment, has found employment, has established with the primary care provider, and is working on getting their own vehicle. They've also had the opportunity to participate in other programs, such as Food is Medicine, which teaches participants about healthy food options, improving chronic conditions. Support staff has maintained communication and ongoing support for this individual through phone calls and transportation. You can imagine the investment of time that is needed to move someone from a state of hopelessness to one that has hope in their future. And this program is making a difference. Investing in infrastructure is not optional. It's essential for our city's expansion and resilience. The new wastewater treatment plant is under construction. It's the largest I'm excited about the wastewater treatment plant because I got to sign this $60 million check. Is the largest investment in our infrastructure in recent history. The new plant, scheduled to be operational in 2027, will replace the current plant, which has worked tirelessly for over 50 years. This investment will allow Pittsburgh to respond to new environmental regulations while accommodating expected growth. City leadership including under Matt Bacon, and our engineering partners work diligently to create a funding stack that includes federal, state, and local funds. The whole process of building a new wastewater treatment plant is fascinating, and we thank Crossland Heavy Contractors for taking on the project. Streets, sometimes a popular topic, sometimes not. Do you know that we have 141 miles of streets? Each budget year, the city determines the road repair that will be scheduled for the year. You may have noticed the work happening this summer. About $1.7 million is being invested in our streets. Most recently, this has included restriping and new pavement markings. And then there's Ford Street. If you tried to go to morning coffee, you know what I'm talking about. Most recently, this amount does not cover emergency repairs when unexpected issues arise. With the city's population swelling from 20,000 residents to more than 35,000 during peak times, the added traffic takes a toll on our roads. That is why the street sales tax is so important. It ensures visitors help share the cost of maintaining our streets. Over the next couple years, projects approved by KDOT will bring Pittsburgh over $3 million of KDOT funding to our community. Also essential to our business community is the airport, and thanks to the FAA, the airport underwent a $3 million apron reconstruction. Housing is more than a shelter. It's the foundation of opportunity, stability, and dignity. One of life's age-old dilemmas is the classic chicken or egg question. A similar puzzle applies to housing in Pittsburgh. Should we wait for people to move here before building homes? Or should we build first and trust the people will follow? I think we have the answer to that. All of the city's housing needs assessments over the years have shown a need for housing developments across all income brackets. The most recent report is of no difference. In 1998, the state introduced a program called the Kansas Reinvestment Housing Incentive District, fondly called RID, to support rural communities. To date, Pittsburgh has 5 housing developments that have qualified for the program, potentially resulting in 240 new homes. However, we would be remiss if we did not discuss the Silverback development. It has not materialized like we had hoped. But what makes Pittsburgh resilient is the proactive response by a local organization, Point Forward, stepping in to acquire the development and see it through to the completion. This is the hallmark of Pittsburgh. We solve problems. We have really struggled over the years to see how we can create housing that is truly affordable for moderate to low income families. Fortunately, local individuals and organizations are stepping up by investing in our community, building homes designed specifically for those income levels. They recognized a need and they're responding to it. In 2005, the city was awarded grant funding to provide low to moderate income housing. In January, the city launched a program aimed at encouraging the construction of housing on land bank properties, with pricing tailored to be accessible for individuals earning low to moderate incomes. Developed by the city in cooperation with Crawford County and USD 250 Board of Education, the City Housing Incentive Program, CHIP, was created to meet the demand for quality, affordable housing in Pittsburgh. The CHIP is a home builder incentive that provides grant funding to licensed contractors upon the completed construction and sale of a single-family home to a qualified buyer. Currently, 9 applications have been accepted and are in various stages of completion by local builders. And we thank Kim Froman and her team for implementing this program. These are just a few examples of how your community is working on expanding housing options. We've also seen incredible investments in revitalizing living units downtown. By the end of 2026, we anticipate 234 living units will be created downtown. Other areas identified in the housing needs assessment include expanding quality rental options and affordable housing for seniors. And the most recent needs assessment will be presented to the Commission this fall. The Pittsburgh Public Housing Authority remains actively engaged in federal and state housing programs, supporting nearly 300 households. That includes 278 children and 145 elderly or disabled residents who otherwise would face barriers to affordable housing. Our PHA team remains deeply committed to the effective operation of these programs, consistently earning high marks in government audits and reviews. And we recognize that in this program, equipping landlords with timely information and comprehensive training is not just beneficial, it's essential. Ensuring landlords stay informed and prepared helps maintain program integrity and fosters strong community partnerships while serving both with housing needs. It's equally important to make sure that our current houses in Pittsburgh area are safe for habitation. I think we can all agree that 149 years later, we have some structures that are not safe. So at the request of the commissioners, the city added a building inspector and a code enforcement officer. Industry plays a pivotal role in driving economic health, acting as both a growth engine and a stabilizer. Our industry sector has had a busy couple years. Projects started and completed over the last 24 months. Pitt Plastic, an Inaplast company, had an $18 million expansion and was named the city's Employer of the Year in May. Heritage Tractor, $7 million expansion. Invent, with formerly Atkinson Industry, $2 million expansion. And PRG Professional, $700,000 plus expansion. Our health sector has also been busy. SEK Urgent Care, a new facility with an investment over $800,000. The Downtown Clinic for Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas, a $700,000 investment. Kanar Eye Clinic, expanded to a new location with an investment of over $650,000. And the Addiction Treatment Center by Crawford County Community Mental Health. And we welcomed Mercy Hospital to our community and a new administrator, David Smith. Continuing in 2025, Eagle Picture Technologies will be adding a second Pittsburgh facility for an investment of $20 million and Apex Stage for $1.7. Those are really big numbers. I would like to highlight two projects that epitomize the confidence that state and federal funders have in our city and community. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation Regional Crime Center and Laboratory is a $55.2 million project bringing both state and federal dollars to our community. The 53,000 square foot facility will be used by KBI Investigative and Lab Operations, PSU Criminal Justice Education, and Regional Law Enforcement Training. According to Attorney General Chris Kobach, by centralizing all of these resources in one place in a really state-of-the-art facility, it makes it so easy for law enforcement to do its job in a more efficient and collaborative manner. Second is PSU's Guerrilla Rising project. The $34 million project will move the Kels College of Business downtown, allowing upper-level business students to be embedded in the surrounding Pittsburgh business community. In addition, the long-vacant Bess Hotel is set to be revitalized, with plans to convert its upper floors into student housing and repurpose remaining space for a blend of public use and office facilities, a $16 million project. And we'd like to welcome new PSU president, Dr. Thomas Newsom, and we are grateful that his wife, Victoria, decided to join him. The entire PSU project is backed by a mix of private and public contributions, strategic partnerships, and a grant awarded by the Kansas Department of Commerce. Additionally, the city, your city, committed funding over 10 years, drawing from revenues generated by casino gaming, representing less than 10% of the total project. Previous Pittsburgh leaders wisely allocated sales tax revenue toward economic development through the revolving loan fund. For the projects I've highlighted, the city's financial contribution accounts for less than 1% of the overall investment. Less than 1% of the overall investment. Yielding an exceptional return by expanding services and creating jobs throughout the community. Absolutely worth a shout out is the retail complex up north in Pittsburgh. It's clearly becoming a magnet for shoppers far and wide, with Marshalls offering designer deals, Five Below bringing fun and affordability for grandmas buying grandkids out toys, and new additions like Rack Room Shoes, Ulta, and Ollie stepping in to replace Big Lots. It's just not a facelift, it's a full-on retail renaissance. That kind of investment doesn't just boost local convenience, it transforms our area into a regional draw. If this trend continues, it could mean even more opportunities for local business, jobs, and growth. And it's our responsibility as a city to find ways to encourage visitors who come to Pittsburgh for shopping to also explore downtown, local merchants, and visit our mall. Pittsburgh has long been a community that fosters entrepreneurial spirit, and we're so glad that Mr. Bicknell could join us today. He's an entrepreneurial leader and a dear friend of the city. We are now seeing the next generation of entrepreneurs investing time, talent, and treasures in our community. The Azalea Events Center and Biles Brothers, Miners in Monroe, which moved down to join the same space with the Bearded Bully Barbershop, our Blue Spoon owners opening the Balkan and Canary, Harlan's Venue, Embellish Boutiques, Gilroy Art Studio at the mall, the Corner Patio. And we look forward to continuing operations of Harry's Cafe, and we wish the new owners of Opie's great luck, to name a few. But we cannot leave today without talking about the availability of childcare, which is critical to our community. The Washington School Rehab, a project initiated by Point Forward, a community development corporation, has partnered with Grow at Eden to provide childcare and preschool. The Washington School Project, again, brings public and private funding together to provide a critical need. It was fortunate to receive a $750,000 community development block grant. And we have to thank Crawford County Commissioners and the state of Kansas for using their ARPA funds to expand childcare within our community. As a result of those grant dollars, the Family Resource Center was awarded over $1 million to expand to a second site on the campus of Mercy Hospital, serving hospital staff along with the community. This continues a partnership that began 28 years ago with the Mount Carmel Medical Center when the center opens its doors. Building a quality, livable community depends not only on the city government, but also on active city engagement. A quality, livable community provides opportunities for all residents of all ages, all ability levels, and backgrounds to engage fully in civic and social life. We are very proud of the social opportunities within our community. The Commission committed a portion of our ARPA funds to improving and expanding the pickleball courts, rehabbing the band dome, and upgrading the irrigation system at Four Oaks. Between city events and other organizations, over an estimated 17,000 attendees participate in various activities. And that includes Art Walk, Earth Day, 620 Day, 4th of July Festival, Little Balkans, Paint the Town Red, PSU Homecoming Parade, Halloween window painting, you can sign up now, Turkey Trot, Christmas tree lighting, Small Business Saturday, and the Christmas Parade. Various activities are provided by our wonderful Pittsburgh Public Library, Pittsburgh Community Theater, and Pittsburgh State. Did you know that Memorial is 100 years old this year? There will be a rededication held on November 25th, so mark that in your calendar. And how do you like the new electronic marquee? Again, that was a result of a private funder. And thank you to our city staff who very often give up a holiday to make these events happen. When citizens engage in local government becomes a true partnership that reflects the community's voice. The city has 13 citizen advisory boards and committees, and a list of those can be found on the city website. I'd like to highlight two this afternoon. New to the party is the Neighborhood Advisory Council, fondly called NAC. NAC ignites the inherent leadership within neighborhoods for grassroots solutions. The membership represents the 4 quadrants of our city and coordinates neighborhood cleanups, events, parades, and block parties. NAC is a direct result of Commissioner Sigley's Spruce Up Pittsburgh. The NAC has been busy. They've defined neighborhoods within our city. They facilitated the expansion of the Countryside Park a cleanup event in Schlanger Park area, and recently they purchased a trailer that can be reserved by neighborhoods for events. The second is the Downtown Advisory Board, or DAB. The membership represents individuals with a vested interest in our downtown area. The activities include completing the Olson Downtown Strategic Plan, focusing on improving downtown lighting, public transportation signage, and the addition of bike racks and benches. And we appreciate the nearly 100 citizens who actively engage in Pittsburgh civics life. And if you are part of one of our boards or committees, would you just raise your hand so we can see? Hopefully somebody's here. Yeah. So, we've highlighted many exciting developments happening in Pittsburgh. The momentum of our community is evidenced by our accomplishments. Since 2015, there has been $800 million invested in our community, bringing 2,000 new jobs. According to the Kansas Department of Commerce, wages in Crawford County have risen by 5% since 2024, a promising sign of progress and opportunities. A key part of our success comes from the strength of our K-12 schools, St. Mary's Colgan and Pittsburgh Community Schools. And quite frankly, as a county, we are lucky to have a strong K-12 system. But this is not a moment to rest. As a community, we must keep pushing forward to ensure every resident can thrive. This means staying innovative and strategic on how we grow our economy, strengthening partnerships with local business and educational institutions, and continuing our efforts to expand accessible to affordable housing for individuals and families of all ages and all income levels. We rely on city leaders and our many partners to champion Pittsburgh's interest at state and federal levels. And I hope you've seen today that those efforts often result in outside dollars coming to support our progress. We cannot end today, without acknowledging city staff. Rain, shine, heat wave, cold snap, water main break, rough street patch, pickleball tournaments, abandoned structures or questionable activities, and of course putting up the Christmas lights. Our staff is always there. Our city staff come to their jobs with a mission to serve. So please join me in showing appreciation for their dedication. Let's end on a fun note. How about a big old year-long birthday party? The Berg, and I don't know if I can call it the Berg because I'm not, I wasn't born here, but we have several groups. The Berg will be 150 next year. We have several groups working on various activities and events to highlight our 150-year-old journey and to celebrate. If you would like to help in any of those areas, please reach out to Sarah Runyon, hiding behind the curtain, at City Hall, or check out our dedicated Facebook page. Thank you to the city staff for putting this event together, especially our new public information officer, Stephanie Potter. She had to kind of fast track this. Stephanie, where'd Stephanie go? Oh, there she is. Thank you, Stephanie. And the staff at Memorial. And to the Blue Spoon for providing another wonderful meal. I'm proud, very proud to live in Pittsburgh. And I hope you are too. And I want to thank you for attending this afternoon, and go out there and support our city. Thank you.